very good.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1579 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Some people call that Halloween. Okay, thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, Pat's got a big one for us. It's so big, I don't even know exactly what it is, but it maybe is a Fools in Schools.
Dude, it's spooky, and you should be absolutely watching this show. There's no doubt about it. But I just went to retweet the show link and came across Joe Biden live at the White House in a greeting line of kids in their costumes. He is so old. He is so old. I didn't know they did this at the White House. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Every year, yeah.
But he is so old. Handing candy out to these kids. Oh my god!
Can he reach them? He's a tall guy. I mean,
I got to get it up for just 1 second. Can I get it up for just 1 second here? Okay,
there he is. Oh yeah,
there's a Dalmatian.
He's moving fast, isn't
that
he?
kid's too old. That's a helper.
Joe looks like he's in slow motion. He's so old, like he looks like somebody slowed the tape down on him, but that's just...
He really looks like he's in slow motion. That's not the internet connection. Oh, shit, Miss Rachel's about to roll through. Is that Miss Rachel?
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Internet phenomenon.
Holy shit. Anyway, I didn't know they did it at the White House. That's great. Yeah, I got a big story about schools in Texas and fake teacher certifications.
Oh, damn.
Nice. Damn. Yeah, and then we got Witchcraft with Wes on deck.
Yeah, well, Halloween Witchcraft, and going over to Nigeria, where they apparently really believe in witches.
Okay.
No, they do.
Is it more like voodoo style though? Is it like...
I don't know if they did. I don't know if they believe in the whole broomstick, like the picture behind me thing. Yeah, a lot of it's voodoo, but they believe in witches.
I know based off some '90s horrors like Tales from the Crypt and then also like a Carpenter one that there's a lot of like voodoo in Africa.
Yeah, a lot of voodoo,
similar to like New Orleans style.
Right. Yeah, dude. There's so much voodoo. They got voodoo is where New Orleans came from, dog. I mean, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like witchcraft.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We'll get into
certainly.
it. We'll see what kind of witchcraft this is in the end. Did they burn him?
And then I've got like witches. I mean, women.
Right? Yeah, women's news with Mark.
Those are the only real witches we know. You know,
I've got women.
You got them all right. And I've got humans under attack to close out this Halloween episode. So,
hell yeah,
more spooky stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into this spooky episode. First, guys, I wanna kick it off with just a Halloween update here. The losers that run the show in Des Moines, Iowa, will be allowing trick-or-treating on Halloween for the first time since 1938.
That's crazy.
Come again? They haven't allowed trick-or-treating?
They haven't allowed trick-or-treating on Halloween since 1938 in Des Moines, Iowa. Did you guys know this?
So two questions: why and then why now? Are they switching?
You're a great journalist, Mark. Those are two questions that are going to absolutely expose the little tease that I'm putting forth. That's not wholly accurate. That is true that they haven't allowed trick-or-treating on Halloween since 1938, guys, because in 1938, the government in Des Moines banned trick-or-treating on the night of Halloween. Why? Because of hooliganism. There was too much hooliganism. So
that's
instead,
literally like the point of Halloween, though.
No, I know. And where I'm from, all the hooliganism takes place the night before Halloween anyway, which is the night that Des Moines kids have to trick-or-treat on what they call Beggar's Night. They don't allow them to do it on Halloween. They make them do it the night before on Beggar's Night, and you have to tell a joke before you get candy. So
I don't believe any of this.
Isn't it like Devil's Eve or something, like Devil something? And
Devil's Night.
All Hallows Eve.
Devil's Night is in the East Coast and the Northeast. That's what that was. That's the night before. That's when you get your eggs out.
Yeah.
When's the Day of the Dead? We already missed that.
Tomorrow. No, it's the day after, November 1st, Dia de la Muerto. That's when you watch Coco. That's when you have everyone from the ofrenda. They come, if you have a picture up, they come to spirit back. You got to have the ofrenda. Pets came back a couple days ago. So you missed your pets. Humans come back on November 1st.
That's when you watch Coco, as Mark said. Exactly. But yeah, guys, instead, I guess they would do it the night before. They would have to tell a joke before they would get a treat, and they could only tell those jokes between 6 and 8 p.m. on Beggar's Night. But this year, Beggar's Night was set for Wednesday, but because of expected heavy rain and thunderstorms for the first time in 70-something years, trick-or-treating is taking place on Thursday with the rest of the country on normal.
Are they still call it Beggar's Night, or can they call it trick-or-treating?
I don't know. But, like, you know how, like, things happen during COVID that aren't getting put back in the box, like telemedicine, right? I think this is probably gonna be Halloween for the rest of the year.
To-go daiquiris.
Yeah, we can't go back once we've had it. To-go daiquiris are here to stay.
Bad
Like
weather.
jerking off on Zoom.
Yeah. Some say telemedicine, others say jerking off on Zoom and to-go daiquiris.
New reality. It's the new world.
All right, let's get to the
Bad
main
weather
story.
will fuck up your Halloween. Reno's got rain and snow forecasted for Halloween night.
It will. You go to the
Austin. We should have done the opposite. Will Reno and Austin should have done Beggar's Night because we're
exactly.
Yeah.
Instead, we're just gonna get hit with a fucking storm when we're supposed to be eating candy and having a great time.
What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to go to the mall, right? But then, like,
People do go to the mall regardless. That's a big place that people just go to no matter how the weather is.
Well, that's where you come up with your hooligan plan.
most malls aren't really like at full capacity anymore, though, right?
Yeah.
No, it's gone down a lot.
Now a lot of empty storefronts, but people still go.
Dude, there's this good mall. It was so good of a mall that I was like, what year are we in? And then I Googled it, and it's like the third most populous mall in the country, so that's why. But going to like a mall that's like an old school mall that's like with it and in full swing, it's cool. It takes you back.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Malls are a fantastic place.
Let's get to the main
COVID killing malls was lame. That was the lame aspect of
It
it.
wasn't just COVID that killed malls. It was
It
the
like
internet.
around the same time. It was the death blow.
The internet.
It was Amazon, yeah.
Amazon, and then COVID finished it off.
Yeah.
I'm
1-2
gonna finish
punch.
you off, malls.
Yeah.
Come on, malls, finish it. Come on, malls.
Which is where you tried to go to get finished off and never did because no one was finishing you off at the mall. Unfortunately, that was the plan. And then
What
Maybe
are you
if it
talking
had
about?
if it had a movie
hand
theater,
jobs.
exactly.
Hey,
If
you
it
guys
had a
want to
movie
go to the
theater,
mall and get
that
hand
old-fashioned
jobs today, or what?
Yeah. Wasn't that your goal every time you went to the mall?
Dad, can I go to the mall? I know why you're asking. I know what you want to do over there at the mall.
There's a chance, boys. If we go to the mall, we're all gonna get hand jobs.
There's a better chance than not going to the mall.
You think I don't know?
Slim, but
You don't think I know? I don't know why you ask to go to the mall every weekend.
only mall you're getting a hand job in is one with a movie theater, unless you're like really ballsy.
right. Well, a lot of them have it. A lot of them have it, Will. So that's what you do. You get her some ice cream, ask if she wants to go see the scary movie that's out, and then you try.
Get her some ice
Get a hand
cream.
job.
That
The whole
sounds so
system.
creepy.
Never
That
worked.
sounds so
At the
creepy.
Coors Brothers. Get her an Auntie
There's
Anne's.
an ice cream hand job
Get
there.
her a build.
You gotta warm her up, you know. Sounds like
It never worked. I don't know.
Sounds
how.
like you're grooming a girl your same age for a hand job.
That's a
This is
groomer's
teenage-
method right
this
there.
is 13-year-old.
That's fine. We'll just take the Build-A-Bear back then, I guess. No.
Get a
no.
sweet snack. And then,
Exactly.
All right, 200
I'll have an ice
200 Texas teachers across the state of Texas were given fake teacher certifications, including 2 sexual predators. This is a huge issue. There were at least 200 teachers, if not more by the numbers, teaching in Texas without having passed their certification. What happened?
that's tough because there's like a shortage of teachers, right? So I mean, people are just going to let any Tom, Dick, or
That's
Harry,
probably why this exists, Will.
you know,
Right.
teach now.
To look the other way, turn the cheek,
Yeah.
Nope.
because they need the teachers.
Before I go any
cops.
further, I'm going to play you a real quick clip from the local news in Houston, Texas for the 2023 Basketball Coach of the Year, Vincent Grayson. Here we go.
And we are indeed here at Booker T. Washington for our Coach of the Year award presentation. But put into words, if you will, what this historic season meant to not just this school, but this entire community.
Every time I get interviewed, I always say, man, it's for the community. It's not for HISD. It's not for Booker T. Washington. It's for our community. And just look around. You see it right now.
They are. And why?
That man pocketed over $1 million over the last 4 years running a fake teacher certification con.
The coach did?
Yeah.
Community guy.
For the community. Yeah.
Yeah, for the community.
Well, he
Around.
certified them falsely, and
Look at
then
all
they were
these
able to
suckers.
work
He did it for the community.
for the community.
Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg named Vincent Grayson, the basketball coach, the boys basketball coach at Booker T. Washington, as a quote kingpin organizer of this scheme. 5 people in total have been charged, and the scheme goes back to May 2020. And they're saying it was used to certify 200 unqualified teachers, but again, when I break the numbers down here for you, there's no way that adds up. So the DA's office found that at least 400 tests were taken for would-be teachers, and the co-defendants profited at least $1 million. She called it a circle of greed. Certification candidates
What's the math
would
there?
pay coach
Well, it was
$2,500
a
bucks.
business idea.
Right.
I mean, it was.
Oh, 2,500. Oh, yeah, there you go.
So they pay coach $2,500, okay, and then he would send 20% of that $2,500 to Tijuana Guilford Mason, who worked at the Houston Training and Education Center. That's where you take your test,
Nice.
right? And she would proctor
falsify it. Yeah.
the exam.
Oh, so it's real. It was printed from the real place.
Well, it's
It's
similar
like
to like the Varsity
admissions
Blues scandal.
It's like the
Right.
admissions
She would
scandal, yeah.
exactly like the admissions. Yeah. To USC and stuff like that. He just he greased
Right.
the wheels, and they took money under the table so that people would pass without having to study.
But these weren't like fake IDs that look like shit. This was like real,
Right,
They
so-
give you the real
printed up
certification because you worked there.
So you'd
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
the coach, then the coach would pay Tijuana, and
Right.
then and then Nicholas Newton, who's the assistant principal at Booker T. Washington, would actually go take the test on your behalf.
Hilarious, Nicholas, Nerd Nick,
Dude.
nerdy Nick.
He's
would go
gotten
take
so
the
good at the
for you.
test. Yeah,
Uh,
that's short work. That's short work for Nick.
so here's why it doesn't add up for me, guys. So they're saying that the coach took $1 million.
A lot of
The
hundreds.
coach took $1 million to his face. That was just the coach. Nick took over 430 tests. Okay. Tijuana, Guilford Mason, who ran the training center, was paid $125K. Nick Newton was paid $180K to his face for 430 tests. And then there was another lady that was like recruiting people, saying like, "Hey, you want to be a teacher? Come on over. It doesn't matter. Come on over. We'll make you a teacher. Just pay us $2,500, and then we'll handle it all."
Sounds like they are going to be for the community service pretty soon.
Right.
A lot of hours.
Well, and these people is Houston now going to get rid of all these teachers?
So it's not just in
automatically
Houston, Willie. It's statewide.
right? So
it's
people aren't going to
everywhere.
automatically fire them, right? They're going to probably give them a chance to get the. So they probably did help these people in some way, right?
No, 100%. You're
For the
absolutely
community?
fired if you
You're
instead of
fired
taking your
100%?
certification test, you paid $2,500
Well, that's going to
for
be
a
terrible
scam.
for the schools, though.
Yeah,
They're just going to fire them all
That's
like
going
that.
to be that's going to be bad.
they're gonna fire them all like
no,
that.
they're going to have to. They're going to no, they're going to have to lie and be like, "We're not going to fire everyone. The good ones can stay, even though they're going to fire them all because they can't fire them all at the same time. So they're going to have to like bring in replacements and probably lie to the teachers, right? You can't fire 430 at the same time.
Well, they're saying it's 200.
that.
200 are currently working.
You can fire 200 at the same
Okay.
time, no problem.
Yeah. And you got to keep in mind, like they said, that like these teachers are in West Texas, East Texas, North Texas, South Texas. They're all over the place. They knew you go down to Houston and meet up with Booker T, head's basketball coach Vincent Grayson, pay him $2,500, and before you know it, you're a certified teacher.
They con themselves into one of the most underappreciated,
What a
underpaid jobs in America.
Right.
Real geniuses over there.
yeah, they're actually just doing good work. I'd say keep them. I'd say let them.
Yeah,
stay.
coach was doing good work too. He took his boys to the state championship. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's doing it for the community. We'll see. We'll see what the judge says on this one.
Coach, why's your car so nice?
Yeah, I mean, guilty. He's going to
Right.
be guilty, 100%. I just
treat,
wonder
Yeah.
if his community, his community focus is going to get him out of any time.
He kept showing up to community events in a $300,000 car for 5 minutes, smiling.
It's really
and
for the
leaving.
community that I let these.
Well, if they're a state basketball program, he's got to work hard at coaching them because they have to play hard.
It sounds like he's an incredibly hard worker. He not only is a good coach and teacher, but he also has a side business that's very successful.
Yeah.
So he's a hard worker.
Entrepreneur.
Maybe not
Yeah.
very ethical, but
Yeah, no, it was an
Damn
illegal,
hard
clearly
worker.
illegal business, but yeah, sure.
All right, let's talk about witches. It's Halloween. Let's talk about witches. Guys, this is Dr. Leo Igwe, and he started a very important advocacy group in the country of Nigeria. And
My wife is a witch. Live comment. Sorry.
no, I'm her broom.
I'm just
And I'm her broom.
Ride me,
Ow, ow.
witch. I mean, bitch. I mean, witch. Let me get that black cat.
Did it ching?
And he advocates for the people that apparently Nigerians still fear to this day in large numbers, and that is witches. According to the BBC article by Jonathan Griffin and Oloronke Alo, Nigerians believe anything you tell them. And if they really believe in supernatural things, and especially witches, so much so that they're
like the Poland of Africa.
They really are. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're easy prey. And they are literally still lynching people who are accused of being witches right now in Nigeria. Like right now.
Oh, jeez.
Probably why I've never.
They're putting people to death for witchcraft in 2024.
Yeah. It's probably why you never see any magicians doing shows in Nigeria, because they'd be burned.
Mark, I mean, imagine with this technology these days, if a witch was to get their hands on it, it's even more dangerous. So.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they think we're crazy for thinking it's crazy because they're witches.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Welcome to Nigeria, brother. We love magic here. Just before you perform, we're going to put you through a series of tests, and if everything works out, we're going to be really excited to see the show.
Yeah.
David Blaine's last performance.
Yeah. So again, Nigerians, not all, but many of them believe that witches are real, and they practice curses. They're responsible for all the bad shit that goes on in their lives. Voodoo, like Mark says, probably, big thing. And the only way to deal with them is to run them out of town or to kill them. And that's where Dr. Igwe comes in. He's out to save these so-called witches from false persecution, telling the BBC, I could no longer take it, just standing around and seeing people being killed randomly. So Dr. Igwe set up Advocacy for Alleged Witches. It's an organization that use compassion, reason, and science to save the lives of those affected by the superstition. Everything you think that would work in determining if someone was a real witch or not, and trying to explain that they're not.
But does he still think they're witches too?
No. He thinks these people are insane, and he's trying to use logic to explain to people that believe in witches that witches aren't real, which is never going to work. You can't use logic on these people.
Well, they're supernatural, Wes.
That's exactly.
Yeah. I mean, excuse me, but if you believe in witches, they are a supernatural entity. No science is going to prove you wrong.
No,
I mean, there's no science in the world that can prove wrong a supernatural entity. That's just how it works.
That's right. Exactly.
Right.
We're trying to disprove witches is what a witch or a sorcerer
Exactly.
would do.
That's the problem, is you're going to just be accused of being a witch yourself, and then
or a thrall.
Right.
You're some kind of witch lackey. You're working
warlock.
for the witch.
The male version's a warlock, right?
What's a thrall?
Yeah, it could be a warlock. A thrall is like you're under the control, like a vampire has a thrall.
So he's
under
under
the
control
control
of
of the
witches.
day to like do shit for
Yeah.
him.
You
I thought
work
a
with
vampire slave was called something different.
Abraham Lincoln.
I thought it was called a drudge. A drudge.
I don't know.
Drudge?
Anyway, you guys hit it on the nail on the head. Dr. Igwe has been beaten up several times for advocating for these so-called witches. And
Beat the evil out of him.
one story that this article highlights is absolutely bonkers. It is of a man named Jude who came across a young boy. He was carrying water jugs in the street, and it was impressive the way he was carrying the water jugs. So he saw the boy, and he's like, "Wow, you're really agile. You've got some good skills there." For some reason, the boy didn't like that. So later that day, Jude was followed by a mob of 15 people, and they started throwing rocks at him out of nowhere. And among them was this young boy that they had seen earlier.
Hey, Jude.
Jude said they tried to set him on fire. They started fighting me, and they tried to set me ablaze. Ablaze is what Jude said. And that Jude was accused of being a witch, and the mob accused him of causing the disappearance of the boy's penis through witchcraft. That was their claim.
Oh,
You made the boy's penis disappear. You are a witch.
how did it fall off that day?
Well, you think that they'd be like, hey, Jude would be like, "Hey, kid, show everyone your fucking penis, so I don't get burned at the stake." I don't know why Jude didn't do that. He just ran. But apparently, the claim of dick disappearance is very common in parts of West Africa.
Are they talking about just a bad dick day, or are they talking about your dick actually falls off your
They're
body?
talking about a mental illness called Koro syndrome, Koro, and it's otherwise known as missing or genital retraction hysteria. And they think that this hysteria, which is for some reason prevalent, is caused by witches. It's a psychiatric disorder characterized by an intense and irrational fear of genital organs going missing or retracting into the body. And
It's just always
Well,
checking.
it's a legit fear, though.
I thought my
Always
worries
checking
were
it.
big.
Yeah.
I mean,
Still there?
That's
Is it still there?
These
that's
guys
a huge worry.
will run inside their bodies if they come into contact with a witch.
Yeah, they think that the witches are causing their dicks to disappear, but it's really this Koro syndrome. Offshoot, I looked up Koro syndrome. This is hilarious. From November 7th, 1967, a phenomenon swept across Singapore where thousands of men had become inflicted and convinced that their penises were shrinking away, and that they tried to hold on to their dicks using whatever they had: rubber bands, clothes pegs, string.
Oh no.
And doctors were cashing in, recommending various injections and traditional remedies to stop these guys from going crazy, thinking their dicks were going to, fall off. Anyway, as you can imagine, being accused of being a dick erasing.
Arachnophobia was bad.
Yeah, no,
Koro
Koro
syndrome.
syndrome, very bad. So, you're accused of being a dick erasing, which times get tough for you around the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's Jude on the left. His face is blurred to protect his identity. I think he's staying at a witch shelter set up by Dr. Igwe's organization. And as you can see with his hand gesture, he's likely saying, "I am not a witch. I did not make that boy's penis disappear. I swear it."
Right.
That's probably what he's saying.
So
yeah.
he went up and complimented this boy, who
Yeah.
then that boy reported to the angry mob that his penis had disappeared because of what
it was
Jude
Jude's
said
fault.
to him.
Yeah.
And then they
Just
all
took
tried
that little
to
bastard's
light him
word
on
for it.
fire.
Yeah, they as you'll learn, they take a lot of people's words for it, and a lot of times the most vulnerable people, they blame everything on witchcraft from the article. They financial issues, infertility, disease, must be a witch around here, and many times they blame people who are most vulnerable. A lot of times they're young children or very old. Sometimes they have mental or physical disabilities. So
So they're just
The
going through their own
outcasts.
witch hunting phase.
Yeah.
England did it, America did it. It's it's going to be a stain on your past when you finally get
well,
over
they've
it.
been doing it probably forever over there. Here's
You
a
don't want to accuse the fun
probably.
people.
They need to get out of the
witchcraft,
stage eventually.
'cause then you can't hang out with them anymore because they're dead. You got to
Yeah.
accuse the outcasts.
Yeah. Don't let your autistic kid, guess the day anyone's, birthday was when you go over there.
You show up to an event and have a bad showing, you might be a witch the next time.
Yeah, you do a magic trick, you're a
better be
witch.
on your A game
Right.
over there.
I always used to
Yeah.
think about how early America must have been fucking pins and needles like that,
Dude,
because
no.
like if you were in New England and somebody didn't like you, they just accuse you
Yeah.
of fucking witchcraft and you're
Yeah.
burned at the stake.
Yeah, well, I'll get to it about the laws that are in place, but none of them are followed because it's huge over there, and much of it is caused by, of course, cultural beliefs. This Dr. Aliye Coyote, he's a senior lecturer at African and Indigenous religions at the University of Ibadan. He says belief in witchcraft or the supernatural in Nigeria is cultural. The belief is that witches are one of the supernatural beings created by God to stir the affairs of the earth. And then he said, of course, there's also idiots and ignorance that makes people promote witch hunting.
So they think it's like demons, like from the Bible.
I don't know. They blame everything that goes wrong in their lives on witchcraft. It sounds like. In addition to the cultural beliefs and ignorance, religion, of course, plays a huge role in West African countries like Nigeria. And he blames witch hunting on Nigeria primarily on preaching from foreign religions like Christianity, Islam. Here's a poster from one of the more popular pastors over there, and the theme of the night is "That witch must die."
Interesting.
Yeah,
Mercy.
He's got a nice outfit on. He's got some followers.
His ministry is called Mercy and Power.
Yeah,
Deliverance ministry, mercy, and then right below it says that witch must die.
that witch must die.
Mercy and power, Will. It's
Complete oxymoron.
both.
Yeah, from 9 p.m. till dawn, you can party and pick out who you're gonna stone. Here's a clip from this is where it really gets sad. Here's a clip of a documentary about how bad witchcraft has become over in Nigeria and who the most affected are.
The mighty name of Jesus. Any spirit of
They're banished, raped, or murdered.
Aid organizations estimate that thousands of children in Nigeria are accused of being witches every year.
Come on,
And
Wes.
often it's their own parents who think their sons or daughters are possessed by demons. Many churches or self-proclaimed spiritual healers perpetuate this trend, especially in Christian southern Nigeria.
You get it? Yeah, pretty
Yeah, I
fucked
think
up.
you could have just explained it.
Well,
You kind of did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
here's a picture of
Oh, come on.
an aid person saving a little boy who was accused of being a witch because he didn't have a mom or dad, and they just left him to die. And she came across him luckily and started giving him water. Anyway, it is illegal to accuse people of being a witch or having the power of witchcraft. It's a maximum 2-year prison sentence, but nobody persecutes it because even the police over there are into this witchcraft thing. So far in 2024, 8 people have been killed in Nigeria alone because they've been accused of witches. And in 2021, the UN Human Rights Council passed a resolution condemning human rights violations associated with witchcraft. But it's a challenge because it is.
I thought the number was going to be way higher. I'll be honest with you. So I'm glad it's just 8 this
Well,
year.
that's just 8 that they know of, dude. I mean,
Well, the
that's-
other ones are just
yeah.
raped and ostracized.
Thousands of children are
Yeah.
being accused of witchcraft every year from the documentary.
Yeah, the
So,
other ones are just put in a hut.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it's ingrained in their culture. So it's really hard to counteract because again, and these religious people are just brainwashing these people into we must kill the witch. But yeah, fucking crazy. Their dicks are falling off because of the witches.
I can
over
see
there.
as a practicing Satanist how this really upsets you, Wes, and I'm sorry. It's unfair persecution.
It
It
sounds
is.
like a combination of like insanity and like like a little bit of like religious persecution going on in like China and what's happened in the past, with the Holocaust and stuff like that, combined with what Canada's doing now to kill the homeless and the people they don't want. It's kind of like a mixture of all these. Get them out of here.
It's a fucked up system for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's going on over there. And
No one wants to take care of those kids.
yeah,
They're witches.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
undesirable.
it's just how they deal. It's just how they deal with all their problems. It sounds like they just
Yeah.
claim everything as a witch, including kids they don't want, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, killing a witch makes you feel better. You know what I mean?
Oof, that was heavy.
Yeah, crazy.
All right.
crazy.
You want to hear about women?
Yeah.
Sure, witches.
Yeah,
Could be.
Sticking with the theme. Let me see. Where's this picture of this old broad? I gotta find it. I really need to find it for this one. Here it is. Okay, so a woman in China has been on Earth so long that she has started to turn into a tree.
Oh,
Whoa, it looks
That
like
is,
a dick and balls on her head. Though,
yeah, it looks
too.
like a
Yeah.
marsupial dick.
a dick and balls tree.
Yep. Yeah, that's a close up. I don't have the wide shot of her, but she's 107, and just
Okay.
imagine she's very old.
That's a witch's dick.
That's 107-year-old. Yeah, exactly.
Burner.
It looks like what Pat thought my dick looked like after describing that photo. the other
Right.
day.
Yeah. It's pretty concerned.
So
Jesus.
yeah, she's lucky she's not in Nigeria. Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
She'd be long gone.
that's
Yeah. 107-year-old Chinese woman named Chen has a 4 to 5 inch horn, depending on where you're measuring it from, that looks shockingly like a tree branch protruding from her head. And I don't know if she's Hindu and they got the wires crossed on her between lives, but it looks like she did exactly enough good or evil to be a tree next round.
or an antler or like half deer. Yeah, like a
How old is she? 110?
Yeah. 107.
Jesus.
impressive.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to grow a horn like
They're gonna
that.
start. They're gonna start putting presents under her in a couple months. It's being called a longevity horn because it's rude to call a 107-year-old a freak.
Yeah.
So they're going with longevity horn.
What? Why?
But she
what?
has become.
Why? Do we know? Do they know
Yeah.
why? They
Is it like
What?
calcium? Is it like a
No.
calcium buildup?
Right, that she like put shit on her head for work for hundreds of years, and then the horn developed. Like, what's going on?
I don't think anyone's getting near her.
Nobody knows. They're
Yeah,
just
to
letting her
find
grow
out.
the horn. Okay.
Let me see if I have a wide angle of her. Let me see. Do I have a wide of her? Chen, you here? Chen, are you with us? Nope. All right.
Chen?
So
Anybody?
Chen has become a star because of this on Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok. And I thought TikTok was the Chinese version of TikTok. And I was wrong.
No, they have this
Both owned by
separate-
ByteDance and very similar. Yeah, they have a separate one. Both are owned by ByteDance, but one they already had the data from their residents at birth, and the other one they're gleefully collecting the data for the past several years.
Yeah. Well, and also don't forget, and putting out the messaging campaign that they want to for the users of the non-Chinese. They have it so that they can, indoctrinate Chinese people and non-Chinese people the way they want.
Of course. So good for Chen living to 107. Good for her. Next woman, and let's keep our minds dirty for this one because we're thinking of the dick on the head. Is an unnamed American Redditor who claims she has the same disorder as one of our all-time favorite internet sensations, Dale Decker from Wisconsin.
Oh, the orgasm guy.
Yeah, this guy.
Father of two, Dale Decker, suffers from a rare and seemingly incurable condition that leads to him suffering up to 100 unwanted orgasms a day.
There's nothing pleasurable about it because even though it might physically feel good, the whole time inside your mind, you're completely disgusted by what's going on. And depending on where you're at, if you're in public, if you're in front of kids, if you're around strangers, I mean, it can make a person break real fast.
The 37-year-old is the first man to ever speak publicly about the condition known as persistent sexual arousal.
There you go, persistent sexual arousal. I love how they start with father of two, Dale Decker.
Yeah. So he wears a diaper, right?
Classic.
He shoots in his pants all day.
Yeah, but I don't think you shoot after the second one. I think it's just dry.
It's like our third time bringing Dale on as an example.
I love bringing this dude on. I'm never gonna stop. I mean, you'd have to have the disorder to know if you shoot or not, right? I mean, he might produce it quickly.
I don't think your nuts work that quick, but maybe they do.
Then you're just dripping. Then if you're not shooting, you're dripping.
Shooting dust.
I mean that's it's just like exactly. Sometimes you don't have any left. You still might shoot. But it's just not
you get that sensation. Yeah, so this woman, she claims she has that persistent genital arousal disorder that she contracted it after a brief fling with Tim Walz.
Wanging Walz.
This guy's a weapon.
Striking.
No, I'm kidding. This woman's only 29 and has probably never met Walz. And she hates having the all-day orgasms. She goes, I don't know. I feel like they're, she's like, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, which is fucking selfish. And she says that there can be anywhere from like 3 to 5 orgasms to over 25 in one day. And one day I believe I had 50, she said.
Dang.
Jeez.
I mean, that's tough if you can't control it.
Worst things,
but
easy to be her boyfriend.
Worst things to have.
Right.
Like
flat feet,
low effort. Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'd be willing to get it. First of all, to West's point, what a confidence booster. Not even for a boyfriend, but imagine you were like just hooked up with her and you didn't.
Yeah, you were at the mall with her at a movie after ice cream.
Exactly.
Yeah. And she finished.
She came giving me a hand job at the mall. I've never seen that before.
And she got excited just from the hand jobs. She got excited from the ice cream. She's getting it the whole time. But that would be such a confidence booster if you just banged her and you didn't know. She could cure so many self-esteem issues out there. Like I think we found our solution to the violent incels.
She's not
it's
her self-esteem that she's concerned about. I think that's what she's.
Well, she's a lost cause, Will. She's got this genital arousal disorder. She might as well use it for good.
Yeah, I mean, she should try to get in some kind of study where they pay her, and then she'd be all right. But I can see how it would get in the way of things, the normal life.
She says, for me, it's not sudden, but it's a slow buildup, and the buildup it starts in the clit, but can spread all the way to the cervix and rectum. So Nirvana.
Yeah. Nice.
Sign me up.
Yeah, sounds.
We don't know much else about her, including her name or identity. She could be a teenage boy having some fun on Reddit. Last one, real quick. A New York woman, could be fake. A New York woman, Linda Napolitani, very real. She is suing Netflix for portraying her to be exactly as crazy as she is in a new documentary about how people claim to have been abducted by UFOs, particularly her. Linda, who is now 77, claims that she was abducted by aliens way back in 1989 and that a spaceship hovered over her Manhattan high rise and abducted her via blue beam from her 12th floor window. Yeah, because that's where aliens frequent. High rises in New York City. They're always flying around Manhattan and kind
It's like Men in Black. It was a real movie. Yeah.
She insane?
Yeah. She Nigerian?
Yeah. If what this woman says is true, 10 million people would have seen it, but it checks out because no one would have seen none. I didn't see none.
Oh, right. New York.
Yeah, it's New York. She also, claims that, that flew over the Brooklyn Bridge, and the reason this documentary is coming out is because she tricked some dude into writing a book about it. Some guy that was like deep within the alien respected community, like Bud Hopkins. She convinced him that this happened. He wrote a book in 1997 called Witnessed, I believe this fucking lunatic. And then his wife, like his ex-wife, the guy who wrote the book, was pissed. So she spent like decades researching it, and she convinced Netflix to make a special, and they convinced Linda that they were like going to tell her story again, like Bud did in the book. And it was all a ruse to make her look like a buffoon. And now she's suing Netflix. And once the show taken down, it came out yesterday. I started watching it.
What's it called?
It's pretty hilarious.
What's it called?
It's called like Manhattan Abduction.
Nice.
On Netflix.
That's got to be good.
This is a screenshot. That was a screenshot from my TV of her fucking high rise that she claims a UFO went to.
Well, it had cloaking devices, so.
Look like the projects.
She saw the blue beam. Well, there were 20 other people that claimed to corroborate it because they just wanted to be involved. So
yeah, I saw it too.
20 other liars.
Can I be on the Netflix show?
Beamed her right up.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
She was just floating in space.
That's spooky. That's spooky. Very spooky. Thank you for that Halloween content, Mark. And now on to some more scary content to close out this Halloween show. Humans under attack, guys. Maybe it's because we have expanded our cities into the woods so far, or maybe it's because we don't know how to fight animals anymore. But I don't know. Wild animals are getting the better of humans, and it's happening at a more frequent clip all the time, it feels like. This is constantly. You got the orcas taking people out. You got the people getting like death launched by buffaloes in Yellowstone Park.
Black bears in Tahoe. Yeah.
Maybe it's like police abusing, though. It's always been around. We just haven't seen it because not everyone had a cell phone in their hands. You know what I mean?
No, a little bit of that, Pat, but this one's a COVID one. We talked about one earlier. This one's definitely from COVID, when we started giving up our ocean space, and we were all staying indoors and letting like the monkeys roam free in India and everywhere. Like once they saw us like back off, they started moving into
India's
cities.
got it the worst. They'll have tigers just take out like whole families.
The beaches. This was a COVID thing. The animals saw opportunity.
Jaguars coming in. Anyways, yeah, animals attacking people. It's happening all the time. As I mentioned, the Yellowstone and whatnot. Now this in South Gyeongsgang, South Korea, a 220-pound wild boar charged a train station bathroom on Tuesday and bit a man's arm who was sitting on the toilet. This guy's just taking a shit at the train station, the local train station. Wild boar runs in, bites the shit out of his arm. You see, it got pretty fucked up there. Pretty scuffed.
What? He was in the shitter taking a shit.
In the shitter taking a shit. Wild boar runs in, 220 pounds, bites the shit out of his
arm. So he thinks if he's hearing the commotion related to the wild boar, he thinks I'm in the best situation possible.
Surely it's not coming in here. Yeah.
Right.
I'm in this private bathroom.
Thank God I chose right now to take a shit. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he thought he was safe. No, but he wasn't, Pat. The boar was first spotted across the street near a restaurant, probably like, looking for scraps or whatever. Then it crossed
or running
the road,
away from the kitchen.
Yeah. Then it crossed the road over to the Hopo train station, busted out some glass, and made its way up to the 3rd floor and into the bathroom to attack the human that was sitting on the shitter. And you saw his arm afterwards.
Pigs love shit.
What's that?
Pigs love shit. Like they have an expression like, I'll be a pig and shit.
It's true. It's true. Firefighters and police immediately came and killed the boar. It was taken out quickly, but not before it got the taste of human blood that it was looking for. So be warned.
You had to end it. Was this a public bathroom or a train station? It wasn't on the train. It was in the station. So it was a stall. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Station.
Okay. Because if the pig had gotten on the train, you know what I mean?
That would have been cool. No, but they killed it before then.
He's just doing his one leg hoof thing for the whole ride, like getting ready for the doors to open. He's gonna charge out. Yeah.
There's a lot of uncontrolled wild boar populations out there, and if they get the taste for human blood, watch out.
That'll be the worst way to go. Just getting eaten on the
draw. Death by a pack of boar. And if you think a big pig is scary, what about AI? Did you guys see that AI has officially designed and printed its own rockets now? Okay. The University of Sheffield and Leap 71 have proven that AI can design, build, test, and hot fire. That's the finished rocket I'm showing you. New rocket designs in a fraction of the time that it takes humans. It took the AI 2 weeks on its first try to design and build a new rocket. And it successfully fire tested. I'm going to show you in a second. It takes teams of humans, usually years, sometimes months, if they're fast, to accomplish the same work. I just hope the AI doesn't decide to burn us all to a crisp with their new rockets. Check out how fucking strong they are. The AI just made that and just put it out like that.
We're really going to let AI make nukes soon.
You know what's crazy? The craziest part about it is that like the humans didn't even have to help it. The fucking thing designed it and then it 3D printed it. So it's like, you know what I mean?
The humans had to help. Fucking tools.
The humans had to help it.
I mean, they had to plug it in. They had to plug it in and connect it to the 3D printer.
Print itself legs to walk from the fucking from the fucking computer to the 3D printer.
No, it could control a robot.
Can walk
it could control a robot to do that.
It'll have a robot buddy do it exactly. Yeah. The legged robots will turn it on.
So AI is just casually out there making new rockets, firing them off in a fraction of the time that it takes humans. And, you know, that's all. You just hope they don't turn the rockets on us. That's kind
of Oppenheimer.
Yeah, exactly. So think about that. Some spooky topics to start your day on this Halloween. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. If you need more Hard Factor, I think we might wear some costumes on Friday's show because we're actually taping it Halloween night. We'll obviously be handing out candy and whatnot. But most importantly, get out there and have yourselves a great fucking day. Oh, watch this episode on video if you haven't yet, because Mark was in deep voice mode the whole time.